Hi, guys, and welcome to your podcast. And this is me for the fifth time trying to start the episode because I just cannot name about the topic we're gonna talk today, but I'm just gonna speak and then I'm gonna name it because I have no idea how I want to call it right now. Mm, so I wanted today to talk about the whole stuff that I have realized that I hate being on my phone. Um, but I have big screen time. I think I have the average of I don't even know. I don't want to check right now because it's gonna make me feel anxious. Not even anxious. It's gonna just make me feel bad because I feel so bad when I have huge, big screen time, because it makes me realize how much time I spend losing. Like I just you cannot get time back. So I'm just like not using the time that I have on earth at the fullest. And you see, I should probably count how many times I want to just throw my phone away and don't use it ever and delete all the forms of social media I have, and all of that stuff. But I'm like, oh my god, but I have podcasts. I need to have the social media to do podcasts, so I cannot delete it all. Like that would not make sense. So I need to stay with it. And I try to like reduce my screen time, which is really hard because I did the whole like screen limit things, but it just it just pisses me off, and I scroll like through it. I don't give a fuck about it, honestly. But I don't know. I'm just trying to, because I understand that the phone is giving me some kind of emotional stability, that every time I feel some kind of anxiety or just feel overwhelmed, or just like it really helps me to regulate my emotions. Every time I feel anger, sadness, or any kind of emotion, I just go online and after like I don't know 30 minutes scroll, I don't feel so much the emotion I felt before, which is I think something good, but I should probably find a different way to reduce the level of intensive how intensively I feel. Um, and I think that internet should not be something that will help me with it. So so I really am working on reducing my screen time because it really pisses me off every time I go on Pinterest, and I go to Pinterest a lot when I'm at school because it's really beautiful way of social media and I love it so much. And it just shows how people live, like some pictures are it just shows how cool stuff you can do when you are like not on your phone. But then I'm like on my phone and I'm like, oh no, like I'm trying my phone, I'm doing all this stuff, but it actually looks much better on internet than looks in real life. I don't know if you get me, but this is so weird. So I'm trying to reduce it because it just honestly pisses me off so much, because it's something so beautiful to be able to function without your phone. I find it so cool because every time I try to do something like without my phone, I try to do something different without, going on any kind of technology. With like, I'm trying to do something without technology, and it's really hard, almost impossible for me, because when I read through my tablet. When I learn, I use like also my tablet. When I cook, I also use tablet to recipes, all of that stuff. And it's really hard for me to do something without technology, but I also think that like technology should help us, and in this cases it really helps me. But it just shows me how dependent on the internet I am. And also it shows me that it's still like the blue light and all of that stuff. And this is not great because you see, I think I'm an addict actually, because it really, I think it started when it's all guys, it all started on YouTube Shorts. I think when the pandemic started in 2020, and I was just, scrolling, and now I'm still scrolling, and I'm really trying to reduce the phone stuff, and this is really hard. Um, yeah, it's just really hard. I don't know much what I can say. But it's really hard for me to do something without my phone. And today I'm gonna say what I wanted to say at the beginning, but I just like lost the whole point of it again. Um, See, this is that point in episode when I'm debating if I should delete it and start again, or I should like continue doing it as I would continue doing it, like and be authentic. I don't fucking know. So we're just gonna continue. And the stuff I do to like help me limit my screen time, not effectively, but every time because I scroll for Instagram. No, I don't like scrolling for Instagram. I scroll on TikTok. Um because it's just much better stuff for me. So I like the algorithm better, so I just scroll there, and then I kind of get pissed at it because there's nothing that actually brings any kind of value. So yeah. So now I again slave to Duolingo. I started Duolingo again. So yeah, I'm a slave again. Um, and I'm just every time on my phone, I just do Duolingo or play chess, so I can still be on my phone but do something that actually makes my brain feel better. And I do what I do is scroll on Pinterest because this is much more valuable place. Also, I watch YouTube. There was in my time like when I watch more YouTube than TikToks and all of that stuff because it brings value. So like instead of reducing the screen time, I'm just trying to pick a content with a value. That's what I remember I did, and didn't make any effect. Yeah, because I kind of learned how to play chess. I've been much better informed of what's happening in the world, because usually when I watch YouTube, I watch just some news. So it kind of brings more value. Um, Also, what I've been doing to make me feel better while having fun, because I am really often just overstimulated, and I just feel empty, and I just kind of need to go and touch some grass. So what I do is I don't use my phone after 10 p.m. on weekdays. um on weekends is not true because now it's 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. So yeah, but yeah, I don't use my phone and don't scroll and go to sleep earlier, and it actually made my sleep schedule much better. So this is really cool to do. Um, what I also do is I journal, because every time I journal, it's just something that I can just write down the emotions and everything I felt, and this is like I can name emotions, and I can just be in touch with myself, which is really important, especially when we are the slave to technology, that it helps us be present in our own mind, at least for the 10 minutes when you write it, because I heard that self-awareness is key in life. So this is what I do. And also I work out, and really helps also with emotions, all of that stuff, because you all need to remember that like scrolling on social media is just like getting emotions from through all different like people. It's just like every time you read something full, like you are like there's so many emotions like boom 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 at you on your phone, and then you read it and it's like exposed to you and all that stuff, that it's really hard to then realize what was your emotion and what was like what you felt because you saw something. Because I also realized that I realized a lot of things through internet that I would not normally realize and know if I would be on my own with that. Because doing that kind of stuff is really listening to other people in some kind of way. You listen to other people what they are feeling, and then you kind of feel bad because not of what you experience but what others like made you hear, see. This is kind of like you also take your like, it's not also your perception of something, that you also take someone else's perception of things. And this is also not a great thing, because I think that every individual should like go and like be like, oh, so this is my perception, that so everyone should like understand their perception and not listen to others' opinions, and everybody should kind of create their own. And I don't say that like you should not have the same opinion as a friend, because I'm not saying that every single person on earth will have different opinion, because opinion will of course like repeat, but just don't agree with something because somebody agrees with something, or because you didn't think it through, you just kind of perceived it and now you think that way. You should actually don't do anything mindlessly. I think that you should be you should be present in every moment and do everything with as much presence as you can. And yeah, and that was all I wanted to say in this week's episode. And we're gonna hear on I don't know if Monday or Friday. I don't know when I'm gonna post it, guys. Okay, bye.